So I'm Don Alexander here with Gene Coda, Professional and Executive Search, and today I'm joined by Marco Carrera, who is the president of Technoplast USA. Marco, thanks for being online with us today, and I was wondering if you could talk to us a little bit about Technoplast and your role with the organization.
Sure. Well, thank you very much for the opportunity, Don. It's an honor to be interviewed by you. Technoplast USA is the American subsidiary of the Technoplast Group. We operate in the life science business, especially in the preclinical research, providing institutions like universities or the government or pharma industry of equipment for laboratory animals. We can talk about rodents, so mainly mice or rats, washing system for fish, and washing system for cages, or tanks and aquatic system for fish. We are based in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, where we have our American factory and our warehouse. We serve the industry, the America and Canada industry, through a network of approximately 80 people. We have a factory, sales, of course, project management, service, and account. I joined the company 14 years ago, and has been a very interesting and nice ride, because in the beginning we were opening up new customers, expanding the product portfolio that our customers wanted to buy. In the second phase, we presented a plan to our shareholders, and the plan was based on the fact that if we wanted to be taken even more seriously in United States and Canada, we needed a factory and a warehouse. Because a factory and a warehouse here send the message to the customers that we are here to support long-term the operation. And this phase was the factory and the warehouse and the supply chain management was from 2010 to 2014, 15. In 2015 was the last phase, was to invest heavily on an IT infrastructure to support the daily operation. In between, of course, we need human resources in a very specialized and sophisticated business, and it's in this context that we started to partner with Gene Coda and Don Alexander.
Marco, thank you for that overview. That was really fantastic, and we've been very appreciative to have Technoplast as a customer of ours, and really watched the organization grow over the years that we've been together. So a few questions for you, if I might. I guess prior to getting our help in some of those specialized positions that you mentioned, you may have had concerns about using search firms or I guess firms that work in the same space as Gene Coda. And I was just curious about why you chose us, our firm, and any concerns or, I suppose, objections that you may have had kind of going into the relationship.
Sure. It's a very, very good question. The roles that we mainly need are sales roles, project management, because these are the pillars of what we do in the United States. Now, if you talk about sales role, again, there are sales rep for consumer products. There are sales rep for capital equipment products. But even somebody that has an expertise on selling capital equipment, so they understand the long cycle, they understand working with different stakeholders, architects, GC, and so on. Well, if they don't understand our industry, it's not going to be a successful sales rep. So for me, the key was that specifically you, Don, you knew the life science industry, and you knew that the life science industry is here to support the drug discovery. You understand that we deal with animals, and we are very compassionate about the animals. It's not just a testing equipment. It's an animal that support the sales with the drug discovery. So if you don't have this type of prerequisite, you cannot be a good sales rep. So for me at the beginning was crucial, the fact that you understood the life science industry.
Absolutely, Marco. Thank you for that. If you would talk a little bit about what your experience has been like working with our firm.
Has been good. We work together since about 10 years now, I think. Yeah, 10 years. Approximately. Has been a very good experience because I think that you showed the capability and the willingness to embrace the culture of Techniplast. So you were not just placing one candidate and then move on to another customer and to another search. You understand our culture. You understood that in some case we came to you for search that were not maybe of high level, but they were important for Techniplast. And you embraced also this search that maybe were less, let's say, not in line exactly with your high target. And so for me, the value was that you showed the willingness to develop a long-term partnership with us.
Excellent.
Then all the search that we've done together, well, of course, in some cases, some sales rep, especially after 3 years left, they decided to part way, but this is part of the game. So most of the sales, the search that you have done for us has been very successful. I would say the vast majority.
That's great, Marco. I appreciate that. So as we think about the outcomes that you and your team have gotten from the successful searches that we have worked on together, is there any advice that you might give other customers that would be considering GeneCoda as an alternative to help them?
Yeah, I mean the advice. It's maybe because I am influenced by our type business or our industry. That is, if you want to work with somebody that is embracing the culture of the company and willing with you over the long period, Don Alexander is there, is the man, and GeneCoda is the company. And why I mention a lot understanding the culture of the company, because a candidate can have all the skills and all the qualifications that are required for a job, but sometimes a candidate can fail because it doesn't fit with the company culture. I am not defending Techniplast culture, but it's our culture. So you have to work with somebody that understands this culture and propose candidates that, of course, they have the qualifications and the skills to do the job. But also there is a high chance that they will fit into the culture of the company, of the coworkers, of the boss, of the function. So for me, this willingness to understand the culture is the critical element of hiring a good candidate that can flourish into the company. And you, Don, you always have been willing to understand our culture.
Well, thank you for that, Marco. I really appreciate that. And just to summarize, it's the technical aspects that one brings to a particular role, as well as the understanding of the company culture that's made it a valuable relationship for you and for Technoplast. So I very much thank you for taking some of your time today to explore that with us. And I certainly wish you the best, and we look forward to our continued relationship with you. Have a great day.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Don. Thank you for all the support over these years, and good luck for your endeavors, and stay safe.
Thank you. You too.